Unit 4.
Reading a magazine. Margaret knocks at Tom's door.
Tom! Tom! It is time for lunch.
Come in, dear.
What are you doing, dear? Are you writing that letter to your brother James?
No, dear. I am reading The New American, my favorite magazine.
Why are you always reading that boring magazine?
Because there are a lot of beautiful pictures in it. And there are always many interesting articles, too. Listen to this, for example. It says, there are many pretty women in the world, but there are very few beautiful women. Beautiful women are rare.
Who is a beautiful woman, according to you?
Well, La Gioconda, for example, and Demi Moore, and Julia Roberts,
Yes, Tom dear, and...
Well, dear, you are not beautiful, but you are very, very pretty.
Tom,
Yes, dear?
according to you, is your cousin Mary pretty?
Well, no.
No, she is not pretty. She is ugly.
You always exaggerate. Margaret, poor Mary is not ugly. She is only plain. Why are you so unkind?
I am sorry, Tom.
Very well. Now listen. This article also says that a lot of women are vain and silly. But on the contrary, there are only very few vain men.
What nonsense.
Pronunciation, pronunciación. Say, says. Las palabras subrayadas deben pronunciarse con más énfasis. Gerund, gerundio. Se forma añadiendo ing al infinitivo sin tú. Infinitive.
To read.
Leer.
To write.
Escribir.
To do.
Hacer.
To exaggerate.
Exagerar.
To think.
Pensar.
To learn.
Aprender.
To work.
Trabajar.
To swim.
Nadar.
To stop.
Parar.
To run.
Correr. Gerund.
Reading.
Leyendo.
Writing.
Escribiendo.
Doing.
Haciendo.
Exaggerating.
Exagerando.
Thinking.
Pensando.
Learning.
Aprendiendo.
Working.
Trabajando.
Swimming.
Nadando.
Stopping.
Parando.
Running.
Corriendo. Notas. Si el verbo termina con una E, esta se quita y se le añade ing. To write, writing. Si el verbo tiene una sola sílaba, con una única vocal y termina en una sola consonante, se dobla la consonante final. To swim, swimming. To stop, stopping. To run, running. Nota. Más adelante estudiaremos otras reglas que tratan de la formación del gerundio. To read, leer. Present simple, presente simple.
I read,
Yo leo,
you read, he reads, we read, you read, they read.
present continuous, presente continuo. Forma positiva.
I am reading,
Yo estoy leyendo,
you are reading, he is reading, we are reading, you are reading, they are reading.
forma interrogativa.
Am I reading? Are you reading? Is he reading? Are we reading? Are you reading? Are they reading?
Forma negativa.
I am not reading. You are not reading. He is not reading. We are not reading. You are not reading. They are not reading.
Forma interrogativa negativa.
Am I not reading? Are you not reading? Is he not reading? Are we not reading? Are you not reading? Are they not reading?
Present simple, presente simple. El presente simple se usa para hablar de acciones habituales que tienen lugar con cierta frecuencia. I read Time Magazine. Yo leo la revista Time, habitualmente. Present continuous, presente continuo. El presente continuo se usa para hablar de acciones que se están desarrollando en el mismo momento en el que se habla. I am reading Time Magazine. Estoy leyendo la revista Time en este momento. What are you doing? ¿Qué estás haciendo? Are you writing that letter to your brother James? ¿Estás escribiendo aquella carta a tu hermano James? I am reading The New American. Estoy leyendo The New American. Why are you reading that boring magazine? ¿Por qué estás leyendo aquella aburrida revista? Warning. To be. Ser. Estar. Cuando to be va seguido del gerundio, significa estar.
I am reading.
Yo estoy leyendo.
He is writing.
Él está escribiendo.
They are swimming.
Ellos están nadando. What? ¿Cuál?
What is your name?
¿Cuál es tu nombre?
What is your address?
¿Cuál es tu dirección?
What is your telephone number?
¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? What? ¿Qué?
What are you doing?
¿Qué estás haciendo?
What are you reading?
¿Qué estás leyendo? What? ¿Qué?
What nonsense!
¿Qué tontería?
What good coffee!
¿Qué buen café? There is. Hay. Cuando sigue un nombre en singular.
There is an interesting article in the magazine.
There are. Hay. Cuando sigue un nombre en plural.
There are many beautiful pictures in it.
Is there? Hay. Forma interrogativa singular.
Is there an interesting article in the magazine?
Are there? Hay. Forma interrogativa plural.
Are there many beautiful pictures in it?
There is not. no hay. Forma negativa singular. There are not, no hay. Forma negativa plural. There isn't, no hay. There aren't, no hay. Formas contractas. Traducción de mucho, muchos. En frases interrogativas y negativas. Much, mucho, mucha.
I haven't much time.
Many, muchos, muchas.
Are there many pictures in the magazine?
There are not many beautiful women in the world. En frases positivas, en singular. A lot of, mucho, mucha.
I have a lot of time.
I have much time es un error. Plenty of, mucho, mucha.
They have plenty of money.
En frases positivas, en plural. A lot of, muchos, muchas.
Tom reads a lot of magazines about sports.
Plenty of, muchos, muchas.
Margaret has plenty of books about art.
Lots of, muchos, muchas.
Tom has lots of friends.
Many, muchos, muchas. There are many pretty women in the world. Prepositions. Preposiciones. Observa cómo las preposiciones modifican el significado de los verbos. To come, venir. To come in, entrar, venir dentro. Come in, entra. To put, meter, poner. To put on, ponerse, prendas de vestir. Put on your hat, ponte el sombrero. To take, tomar. To take off, quitarse, prendas de vestir. Take off your hat. Quítate el sombrero. Many, muchos, muchas. There are many pretty women in the world. Few, pocos, pocas. There are few beautiful women in the world. Tom likes to read many magazines. He likes to read The New American because there are many interesting articles in it. Margaret, on the contrary, reads few magazines. She prefers books. Uso de los adjetivos. Hablando de una mujer. A beautiful woman, una mujer bella. A pretty woman, una mujer bonita. A plain woman, una mujer corriente. An ugly woman, una mujer fea. Hablando de un hombre. A handsome man, un hombre guapo. A good-looking man, un hombre atractivo. A plain man, un hombre corriente. An ugly man, un hombre feo. Why? ¿Por qué? Because. ¿Por qué?
Tom has a red car
Why a red car?
because he likes red things.
Why is Tom reading The New American?
Because there are many interesting articles in it.
Margaret has a big hat on her head
Why?
because the sun is very hot. to, a. To go to, ir a. To write to, escribir a. To speak to, hablar a. To say to, decir a.
Tom and Margaret are going to the beach. Tom is not writing a letter to his brother James. He is speaking to Margaret about Julia Roberts. He is saying to Margaret, Julia Roberts is beautiful.
Always, siempre. When they go to the beach, cuando van al mar. Tom is always swimming in the blue sea. Margaret is always reading a book. When the sun is very hot, she always puts on a big hat. When, cuando. To ask, preguntar. To answer, contestar.
Margaret asks Tom, "Who is a beautiful woman according to you?" And he answers, "In my opinion, Julia Roberts is beautiful."
Warning. Margaret asks to Tom es un error. Boring, aburrido, que aburre. The magazine is boring. La revista es aburrida. Bored, aburrido. Margaret is bored. Margaret está aburrida.
This morning, Margaret is very bored. Tom is swimming in the blue sea, and she is sitting on the beach reading a magazine. The magazine is very boring. There are only articles about sports and politics in it. She thinks that sports and politics are boring.
Sitting, sentado. About, acerca de. She thinks that. Ella piensa que. Politics, política. So, tan. The sun is so hot today. El sol está tan caliente hoy. English pronunciation is so difficult. Yes, but English grammar is so easy.
Tom and Margaret.
Margaret, this issue of The New American is so interesting.
On the contrary, I think that it is so boring.
There are a lot of pictures of Julia Roberts. She is so beautiful and so charming.
Tom, you are so silly.
Issue. Número de una revista. On the contrary, al contrario. I think that. Yo pienso que. Charming. Encantador. Encantadora. Difficult. Difícil. Easy. Fácil. About. Alrededor de. Acerca de. There are about 6 billion people in the world. Tom likes to read magazines about sports and politics. Margaret prefers to read books about art and music. Billion, 1,000,000,000. People, personas. According to, según. In my opinion, según mí. According to you, según tú. According to him, según él. According to her, según ella. In our opinion, según nosotros. According to you, según vosotros. According to them, según ellos. Warning, according to me es un error. According to us es un error. That, aquel, aquella. This car is red. That car is black. That, que, conjunción.
Tom thinks that the New American is a fantastic magazine. Margaret says that it is very boring.
Also, también. Too, también.
In the New American, there are many pictures and many interesting articles too. Tom likes sports, and he also likes politics. Margaret likes apples, and she also likes oranges. Margaret is a pretty girl, and she is clever too.
Nota. Also. Se usa en medio de la frase y a veces al principio. To. Se usa generalmente al final de la frase. Superlativo absoluto. Regla general. El superlativo absoluto se forma poniendo very delante de adjetivos y adverbios. Very good. Buenísimo. Muy bueno. Very far. Lejísimo. Muy lejos. Very big. Grandísimo. Very beautiful. Bellísimo. Very ugly. Feísimo. Very interesting. Interesantísimo. Very much. Muchísimo. ¿Cuándo se pronuncia la R? La R se pronuncia solamente cuando le sigue una vocal. Rome, France, romantic, red, strong. Cuando la R va seguida de una consonante, no se pronuncia.
Art, sport, Germany, morning, work, your, girl.
Cuando la R va seguida de E muda, no se pronuncia.
Are, rare, their, picture.
Observa. Si una palabra termina en R o re y la palabra que sigue empieza por vocal, la R se pronuncia débilmente.
Her eyes are blue. Your ideas are original. We are Italian. You are English. They are American.
Pronunciación.
Child, children, French, much, rich, teacher, which.
Conversation. English. Patient. Politician. Russian. She. Spanish.
Both. No, old, only, photo, Rome, to smoke.
Work. World. Word. Palabra. Opposites. Opuestos. Beautiful.
Ugly,
Clever.
stupid,
Good.
bad,
Handsome.
ugly,
Kind.
unkind,
Many.
few,
Much.
little,
Old.
new,
Old.
young,
Old.
modern,
Patient.
impatient,
Pretty.
plain,
Rare.
common,
Rich.
poor,
An interesting magazine. What is Tom doing? Is he writing a letter to his brother James? No, he isn't. He is reading an American magazine. Is the magazine interesting or boring? According to Margaret, it is boring and very stupid too. But Tom thinks that it is very interesting. He also says that it is his favorite magazine. Why is it his favorite magazine? Because there are lots of articles about sports and politics in it, and there are also many pictures of beautiful women. On the cover of the magazine, there is a photo of Julia Roberts. Tom thinks that she is a beautiful and interesting woman. Tom is now reading an article to Margaret. The article says, "There are a lot of pretty women in the world, but there are not many beautiful women. Beautiful women are rare." Margaret asks, "Who is a beautiful woman according to you?" And Tom answers, "Well, in my opinion, Julia Roberts is a very beautiful woman." "Am I pretty or beautiful?" asks Margaret. And Tom answers, "Well, you are not beautiful, but you are pretty, very pretty." Tom has a cousin. Her name is Mary. Margaret says that she is ugly, but she always exaggerates. Poor Mary! She is not ugly, she is only plain. Tom asks Margaret, "Why are you so unkind?" And Margaret answers, "I'm sorry, Tom."
Cover, portada, de una revista. Asks, pregunta. Answers, contesta.
Translation. This woman is beautiful. That woman is ugly. The opposite of beautiful is ugly. The opposite of pretty is plain. The plural of much is many. The opposite of clever is stupid. The opposite of rich is poor. The opposite of rare is common. This girl is unkind. That girl is kind. There are a lot of blonde girls in England. There are few blonde girls in Spain. There is a man in the sea. There is also a child. There is a woman on the beach. Why is Tom reading the article? Because it is interesting. Tom has a cousin. Her name is Mary. Poor girl! She is not pretty. She is plain. But Margaret exaggerates and says that Mary is ugly. Have you a cousin? I have 2 cousins, and they are both pretty. Why are you always so bored? Because my work is very boring.
Vocabulary. Repeat after me. About, according to, address, a lot of, also, always, article, to ask, to answer, because, billion, book, bored, boring, charming, to come in, common, on the contrary, cousin, cover, dialogue, difficult, to do, door, easy, to exaggerate, example, few, for, good looking, grammar, idea, impatient, important, Indian, interesting, to knock, to know, letter, to listen, lots of, lunch, magazine, many, mother, nonsense, now, number, on the contrary, opinion, opposite, original, page, people, photo, picture, plain, plural, politics, poor, rare, to read, rich, to say, silly, six, sitting, to smoke, so, strange, stupid, telephone, that, there are, there is, to think, to, today, to, ugly, vain, why, world, to write,